to deal in H at like 50, I think it was like 15K a kilo, probably buying it for like nothing. I know they weren't distributing retail; they're probably doing wholesale, I would guess. But my point being is, give me the mind frame of a gangster. He's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna risk my life to make, 5 million, or like just give me the inside mind of a gangster and how the
Well,
thought process works.
well, first of all, he was not the first one in the business. It was his brother Sally,
Right.
and Sal was in the business heavy, and he was a big earner in the drug business.
Right.
So now when he dies in a I don't know if it was I think it was a plane crash, and he dies in a crash, and they go, and meaning Angelo and Johnny Koenig and Gene, and they take over his business. So the mindset is, we're going to make millions of dollars. They're not even thinking, guy's not thinking about, we're not allowed to sell. One of our rules is that we can't be in the drug business when, they're stashing away millions and millions of dollars. They're not, what are they going to do? They're going to say, well, let's leave this business alone. Let's do a little loan sharking and gambling.
Right.
It's fast money. I had a guy one time tell me, the heroin business, he says, I'll explain it to you like this. Today, you're driving a Toyota. In a week or two, you're driving a Mercedes. It was a big turnover, big money business. And that was their mindset. Their mindset is, a wise guy's mindset is always to put a dollar in his pocket.
Yeah.
And if he could put multiple dollars in his pocket, for the most part, certain guys do care. They don't care. They're just going to do whatever it is to put that money in their pocket.
Now, I never really thought about this until you and I talked about it. So when you got a guy like, I guess one of the Gottis, or a Gene Gotti, whoever, or Sal Ruggiero, was Sal Ruggiero made, as far as you know?
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know the answer. He may have been a friend, but I don't know the answer to that. You're talking about a long time ago, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So my question is, and we'll and forgive me because I like kind of go off, but people like these little nuances. So back then, right? So would they get it from the Sicilians? Because I know they were big importers of H. Who would supply them as far as maybe back then? Because I know you were like growing up back then, Howard Beach, that was your area. So if you were to get a hold of that kind of weight, who were they getting it from?
Well, one of their biggest connections was Mark Ryder. Mark Ryder.
Yes.
What Mark Ryder had the connection with the could even went to Nicky Barnes, like Maddie dealt with Nicky Barnes.
Yeah.
Mark Ryder dealt in that business. So, with him, he was also indicted on the case. With him, I don't believe they were getting it from the Sicilians. I don't believe that that's where it was coming from with them.
Yeah.
But it could have been. But I know that Mark was a mover and shaker in that business with them, and he was also, he was an associate. He was with that crew.
Got it. There was a little bit of a conspiracy theory that how there was Appalachian in 1957, obviously, where the doors got blown off, like
Correct.
National Syndicate, right? And I'm going way back, but prior to that, in Sicily, Joe Bonanno, a few other, Baby Galante, a few other the heavy hitters out of New York went to Sicily and had a big meeting with the Sicilian mob and kind of carved out and said, okay, you guys are going to import, we're going to do some distribution, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the theory goes, Appalachian was a fallout of that meeting to develop like a better, 26 city network, right? And some of the theory goes, and this goes, I think it was Claire Sterling's book, The Octopus Way Back. It's all way back stuff, but I just want to get your opinion. Is the theory is that the reason why the American Mafia weren't allowed dealing drugs, not just because of sentencing, but they worked out that it wasn't like the right racket to let the Sicilians do it. And then if you're a Sicilian mobster in the U.S. back in the day, you would pay tribute to the Italian American mafia. What do you think of that? Is that probably like a little too far out there, or do you think there's some truth to that?
I mean, it's not like they're going to put a tax on them, but I mean, if that were true, and obviously that was not my era, not my time.
Yeah.
I would just think that they, what they would do is put a guy with a certain family. They don't straighten him out, and he's their guy. You know what I mean? He's their guy. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Sally was not a friend.
Yeah.
But it's similar to that. Is that